Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Welcome back.
Okay, so today I did a bunch of research on the declassified Pentagon UFO videos because Mike asked me to. This was a internal request. So I've got some information here. So I'll take you guys through it and then you guys can... Oh my god.
What?
Nothing. Okay, so on the 27th of April, 2020, the Pentagon released 3 declassified Navy videos that were captured by naval aviators. The videos were titled GIMBAL, GOFAST, and FLIR, and they were actually recorded in late 2004 and early 2015.
Just a testament to how wild 2020 is. Like, you just think that it can't get any crazier, and the Pentagon's like, you know what? Just go ahead and slip these in here real quick until the next month hits.
Yeah, so I actually didn't realize that they were so, recent. I mean, the recordings aren't recent, but I didn't realize that they'd just been released. Well, I guess officially. So they were recorded by pilots that were piloting FA-18 Hornet fighter jets during military training exercises in restricted airspace. And the jets were named Nimitz, Theodore, and Roosevelt. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that is cute.
The videos were first published in 2017 and 2018 by the New York Times and a company called To the Stars Academy of Arts and Sciences, which is a private company that collects and researches documents and materials related to unidentified aerial phenomena. And I think it was started by some guy from Blink-182 or something. Yeah.
Which
Really?
one?
Yeah.
There's only 3.
I don't know which one.
Is it Travis?
Please fact check that, please.
Fact check?
Yeah, that sounds a bit odd.
Okay. No, I'm...
No, you can fact check it later.
I'll fact check it later.
I'll put it on the screen.
Okay.
The fact.
Navy pilots at the time spoke of objects that seemed to defy the laws of physics.
This is where the fact will appear.
With the wingless aircrafts displaying the ability to travel at hypersonic speeds with no visible means of propulsion. Navy pilot Lieutenant Danny Aquan said in the History Channel documentary series Unidentified, Inside America's UFO Investigation, that unlike fighter jets, the airborne enigmas had no distinct wing, no distinct tail, and no distinct exhaust port.
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. Oh my gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's look at that thing. It's rotating.
Oh, that's such a whack short video.
What? Is that okay, I have a question. With these videos, is that all there is to the video? Because it seems like it was still on the screen. What happened after that?
No, that's only what they released.
So there's more.
Yeah, which actually, what was the last bit that he said? Did it say
It's
something like
rotating.
it's coming towards them?
No, he said it's rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish it was longer.
Right?
They also said that it looked like there was a fleet of them, but it only looked like one thing.
Yeah, they only showed one.
So maybe you couldn't see, they could see more, but you can't see it on the video.
But that system was just, because that
Focus
system
on
only
that
locks
one.
onto the one.
Yeah.
Also, in one of the videos, they actually manually lock onto it. They don't use in one of the videos, they don't use the automatic lock, and one of the pilots was able to track it by hand on the camera. Pretty impressive. Just had to give a shout out to
Roger. This troubleshooting Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at it fly.
I love how joyful they are. They're so excited. I love that. So clearly it's these guys are in the Navy. they're
Yeah.
like fighter jet pilots, and it's like they're reacting like this is something completely like unexpected. Like they're so excited.
The video quality is so poor that I want to see what it looks like from their perspective when they're seeing this, because I feel like that excitement, if it looked like what we're seeing in the video, like I don't think anyone would get excited by it. So I'm sure like in person it's very exciting.
That last one, I wouldn't have even seen it.
What?
I wonder if they can even see it. Like, I don't think they can
Really?
see that to the naked eye.
Really?
Really?
That would have been going so fast.
You don't think they would have seen it?
It would have been going really, really fast. It'd be like a little, like, kind of dot that's flying across the sky. And then for them
Like, if they're in an aircraft that's moving super fast as is, and then to also catch that move, like, if I was in a plane sitting next to a pilot and he was trying to point out, like, on his radar, he'd be like, oh, there's 3 different planes. This one's probably close enough. If you look up to the right, like, try to locate it. And I sat there for, like, 3 minutes trying to find this other plane that was, like, flying on a similar line and near us, and I couldn't do it. And that was just another plane. So I imagine that they probably couldn't see it by the naked eye, would be my guess. But I'm not an expert.
So then they're getting excited by that dog?
Yeah.
I have a theory. So you know how we haven't actually like seen extraterrestrials or like had like alien contact that we know of? What if they have like technology that allows them to fly faster than the speed of light, which is like the limit of our perception, and so we don't actually see them, but they're all around,
Ooh, that would be cool.
right?
Then why do we see that one?
Well, because the instrument itself was
that was
picking
an
it
old
up.
one. That was a slow one.
Well, I don't know, but like, you know how you guys are saying that like it's moving so fast, like you wouldn't have been able to see it with the naked eye. And like I'm sure like that's obviously like going within the boundary of the speed of light because it's still reflecting light and therefore it's being captured by like the instruments. But what if they actually can exceed that, and so therefore it's going faster than our ability to perceive that and like our instruments to perceive it, and so therefore they're actually all around us all the time, but we just can't see it.
I have a different theory to that. That aliens are actually microscopic, and therefore you can't see them.
I wonder how big that dot is in real life.
If they're controlling us, I'm out.
You don't think that there's any other like video recording instruments on these aircraft?
I'm sure there are, but I'm sure that information can't be released. It's classified.
So my buddy works on helicopters in the Navy. He was like showing me around one time, and a lot of their helicopters, like they have this like giant, they call it like an eye, but it's just this giant like camera that sits on the front. And he said each one is worth like 1.5 million.
Whoa.
Again,
That's a
speculation.
good question.
What do you guys think?
I have a lot of questions about this video because I feel like I'm not getting the full story. I feel like there's a lot more that hasn't been released.
What is the purpose behind them releasing this stuff?
Yeah, what is the purpose? What are they trying to do? Like whet our appetites and then just be like, haha.
Oh yeah, look at that dot in the sky.
I think they're just easing us into it because they're like, man, 2020 is wild. At some point in September, they're all probably just going to land, and then the government can be like, hey, we let you guys know.
We told you.
I think
We told you.
I think it's a way to control too, because like obviously, it doesn't seem like they're fully aware of like what it. They don't know what it is either. So like, they don't want it to get, I think, out of hand where it's just like pure speculation. So they want to control it as much as possible to like a point where they could handle.
They don't want to fuel the idea that they know that that the moon's being harvested.
Yeah.
I think
Look it up.
Which one did you like was like most exciting or most compelling for you?
I think I love the reaction the most from GoFast, but I think GIMBAL was the most exciting.
Because it was like you could see it rotating and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I just want to see, like, why give us, like, 5 seconds of video? Like, give us 30.
Yeah, give us the boring bit too, like the bit where they're just flying around, shooting the breeze.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Absolutely.
There's like a whole bunch of them, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, and then what? Because it just cuts off. Like, the video itself is so short.
And then?
Yeah, and then what happened? Do you think that they approach those?
Videos.
What?
Do you think they, like, approach those things, like, when they see them?
No.
You think that they just have to stay away from them?
Would be my guess, yeah.
Well,
I honestly don't know.
it could actually be a military thing from another country.
Yeah.
So many, like...
Questions?
Well, one, like, even if it's not listed in any other international inventory, like, what evidence do they have to say that every international, like, country discloses everything that they have and are making?
And they definitely
like,
don't.
I don't think that's a fair argument.
Yeah.
And I'm always so wary. After 2020, I'm just really worried about the information that we're supplied from the government. Like, I feel like you just have to take it with a grain of salt. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
The only thing that I would come back to your, like, first point is if it's not within the U.S. inventory, there's a very small chance that it would be in the inventory of any other nation, except for maybe, like, China or Russia. But, like, we have the biggest navy, the biggest army. Like, we spend the most amount of money out of any country, like, on our armed forces. Like, if we don't know what it is, there's a good chance. Like, I don't think any other nation is hiding something, like, technology from us that we don't know about.
Why would how would America, for example, know the inventory from all the other countries?
Spies?
Oh.
Like, there's, like, foreign intelligence and things like that. Because they like to keep tabs on each other just to keep them honest, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I totally agree with you, though, Alms. Like, after 2020 and, like, it just seems like the way that the governments of the world operate is just so opaque.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I feel like the information that they give the general public is just so controlled and so censored. And it's like so difficult to say what's real and what's not anymore.
But is this, like, alright, let's look at a conspiracy theory here. The government are releasing these things on purpose. What is the purpose behind them releasing these things? Like, is it, let's send this out and distract a whole bunch of really smart people to look at this footage and get them, like, looking at that while we do something over here? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is the actual driver here to do this?
Yeah,
I think
that's a good question.
I think at that point too, you'd also have to go back and look at what's going on in the U.S. at the time that the videos were released, right? Like, the U.S. government has been known to distract when certain things are going through, whether that's bills being pushed or other things going on. So I think we'd have to have a separate video where we look at timelines.
That would be really interesting, because it's like this video came out and it was this smoke screen to hide this bill that was getting passed, or it was there to distract from something that was actually happening.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, what's a big distraction for everyone? Oh, we'll throw out these UFO videos, and that will get everyone.
And only get you enough that you can't draw any conclusions from, but enough to, buzz. And, like, it was on all of our social medias all over the place. Everybody was posting about it, so.
I didn't even know about it.
I knew about it.
I didn't know about it. I don't watch the news. But it would have stolen all the headlines during that period. Like,
Yeah.
that would have been front page news during that period. So whatever was meant to be on the front page at that time, I think
Wasn't.
there's a story of like what was meant to be on the front page during this period.
That's an excellent question.
Conspiracy number 1. That's what these glasses are for.
That's what the tortilla wrap is for.
That's the hot dog. It's kicking in right now.
I mean, I like the way that those objects were moving though, and then the reaction of these like fighter jet pilots who are like, I guess like, they're like, they embody like human excellence, don't they? Like they're on the brink of like what is physically possible by a human being. And I feel like if they are that excited and that surprised and shocked, it's definitely something to be excited about. Like it's not like, it's something different.
Something that they haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts?
Well,
One day.
so wait, what's Om's theory? What's your theory?
About what?
What the
What are we
videos that
talking-
we just saw? Is it aliens or is it something else?
What are we talking about again? I just woke up.
So full like transparency, like I'm not a huge UFO buff. Like I find the topic really
Oh.
interesting, but I also don't go out of my way to seek out this information. So I honestly don't know. I would need more information to be able to like form a good opinion and a good theory. Because I think aliens do exist. Like I totally agree with you, Kai, where it would be like egotistical or ignorant to think that there wasn't
Other
something else out
intelligent
there.
life.
But I don't get that from these videos. Like it just looks like a dot to me.
What do you think?
Right on.
But I like the excitement. So
Right on.
What do you think?
It is a dot to me. And it looks like it could be a bug on the camera. Did they check the lens?
1,000 feet in the air.
They flew into a bug and the bug crawled across the camera and they were just like, oh, what's that? Oh my god! Yeah,
I think they know that it's in a bag.
it happens to me all the time. Yeah.
So your
It's
theory
just a
is that it was
booger.
a bug?
Yep,
That's not even like one of the two theories that we
That's
put
my
forward.
theory. Comment below if you agree with me. It was a bug. We're starting this.
Subscribe and like.
Subscribe and like to the bug theory. Yeah,
Bug gate.
Mike. What is the conclusion of this discussion?
The conclusion is that the U.S. government released some somewhat interesting videos that are not really conclusive at all, but leave your mouth a little bit wet in terms of aliens and unidentified aerial phenomenons. Yeah, we can't draw any conclusions, but they're interesting. We wish there was a little bit more to the
No,
videos
wait.
either before
We can
or
draw
after.
conclusions. We just did.
The bug conclusion is not a real conclusion.
What about your conclusion?
My conclusion is also not a real conclusion. The only two real conclusions are from Ami and Kaya, and it's this. We don't really know. It's raise the roof because we're having a blast with these.
If we had to come up
Well,
with a
okay,
conclusion.
well, if as a group we're concluding something,
We have to, like-
majority rules then. So me and Oms were essentially saying that there's not enough information. So we can't conclude, it's inconclusive.
I've already come up with the solution.
No, no one agrees with Buggate.
Bug.
Bug.
It's a bug's life.
Yeah, no, I think it's solved.